Good evening, my warriors. Good evening, my warriors. This is your Thalapati, and today we are going to talk about projectile motion. And if you have played this game, please put up a raise your hand in the chat box. Raise your hand in the chat box if you have played this game. Do let me know. So, not just in real world, but even in games, you will see a lot of projectile motion happening around you. And look at the stuntman being projected from this cannon. I'm not sure how many of you would dare to do this. Well, I'm not ready yet for doing this. Okay, so all of this with me, Shreyas, your physics master teacher at Vedantu. I'm your Thalaiva, I'm your captain, I'm your capto, I'm your guide, I'm your navigator. I am your Thalapati. I don't know what else, what are the names you have up for me. So guys, I'm going to be there always for you, be it 11th, be it a 12th standard student, always for you on this channel, JEE Enthuse. Great, nice to see all of you. Hi Panchami, Bole, B, God, Science Priya, Crack It with Gogulnath, Ram, Harshit, Kangia, Kalyani, Kaushika, Ramcharan, welcome Ria, hello Suchi, hi Avinka, hi Anisha, hello Stravani, hello Sukruti, hi Sanjay, hi Harinder, welcome Harshit. Good evening guys, nice to see all of you. So Bhaguta, the mock test will be conducted, very frequently now. Tomorrow, in fact, I'm going to show you the timetable. Well, look at this. This is the new timetable. I have changed it. I have not omitted, I have added more things. Yesterday, I conducted more sessions, and if you are a 11th standard student, you should definitely watch this session which I conducted yesterday. Remember, your entire 11th standard marks will matter to you right now for your 12th standard results, because you don't know what's going to happen next year. So I think you should watch this. So better wake up guys, all the 12th and the 11th standard kids. It's an important wake up call. Watch this lecture which was conducted yesterday. Today obviously projectile motion, tomorrow inclined plane motion, day after tomorrow advanced question and Menti quiz. So be ready guys. Friday there is going to be a Menti quiz on 2D motion, all the concepts plus advanced questions. And Saturday we are going to have advanced session at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The class which I could not take because of the announcements. This is for 12th standard, and sure short topics for the passing out students on Saturday 7:30, very important session. And tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, logical reasoning for BitSat. This can be attended by in fact everyone. Even 11th standard kids will enjoy this, because a lot of puzzles and riddles out there in logical reasoning, which is a section in BitSat, and it's a must that you should crack this so that you get a good score. Okay, so let's get going guys. Yeah, don't worry, got laws of motion, sine, cos. I'm going to talk about it all in inclined plane motion. Don't worry about it. Great. Chalo, let's get going. First time in a live class, say Strange 531, welcome. And all the new warriors, do not forget to smash the like button and hit the subscribe button. The reason why I tell you this is because you will get constant updates and new lecture notifications. Plus, the way YouTube algorithm works is only when you subscribe and like, only then YouTube will pop out our videos on the top, or else you might miss our classes and you might just, miss these things, and you might probably have some backlogs. So it's best to turn on the notifications and hit the like and the subscribe button out there. And it also means that you love us and support us. Thank you guys for doing that. All right, so let's get going. And I have a lot of questions out here. Thank you, Kanishka. By the way, some of you are also asking, sir, where did you get this idea from? Actually, I was going through Instagram and I was watching a lot of reels, and this was a very popular song, Vati Coming. And then, almost a month back, I decided that whenever JEE exam dates will be announced, that day I'll be using this reel, because it sounded like a pun. I mean, Vati coming and what is coming, it kind of resembled. So I thought, I kept it in my mind that whenever Pokhriyal ji will come and he will announce the dates, I'm going to make this reel. So the moment he came out yesterday only, I'm like, okay, I need to get my mobiles out. Okay, I need to start shooting, and I shot it yesterday. That's what I did. All right. So let's get going guys. So remember last lecture, a quick recap. We have talked about 2D or 3D motion is nothing but a combination of two 1D motions or 3 1D motions. So if you can use kinematic equations in 1D, you can also use kinematic equations in 2D or even in 3D independently in each direction. So there is nothing different as such. And the path followed by a particle, what is it called? Trajectory. Trajectory is nothing but a fancy name for the word path. And the direction of acceleration is always in the direction of change in velocity, not necessarily in the direction of velocity. In fact, I have discussed this in detail for this, how to calculate acceleration when velocity is given initially and finally. Remember that question where a car was turning, we found out change in velocity using vector subtraction, and that's how we did it. Okay, great. Next, we have seen that non-uniform motion is nothing but when acceleration is not constant. Remember, only when acceleration is constant, you can use kinematic equations. So you can use kinematic equations only when acceleration is constant or uniform. When it is not uniform, very simple, use derivatives and integration, and we have solved some questions on that towards the end of the class if you remember. And if you have missed it, do not forget to watch the replays. So you can use derivatives, derivative of position is velocity, derivative of velocity is acceleration. Integration of acceleration gives you velocity, integration of velocity gives you position. That's what we were doing last lecture. Alright, so if you have missed the first session, I would advise you to watch the first session and only then proceed to today's session, else you might find today's lecture difficult. A lot of institutes and probably a lot of places I have seen, they do not teach 2D motion, they directly jump to projectile motion. That's a wrong thing to do, because first you need to appreciate that any 2D motion is 1D motion, and projectile motion, that is throwing an object, is a specific case of a 2D motion. There could be many scenarios, this is just one special case, nothing else. Alright, here is the question coming up on your screen. Which of the following is our true? And a lot of you are saying Shreyas sir is coming. Yes, I have come already. Thank you, know it. Alright. So Sharon, what do you mean by how? Okay, very good Riaz, you have watched the replay of the previous session, that's very good. So if you have some specific doubt, Sharon, please let me know. Vati means teacher, Abhishai, okay? I guess. So what is the third attempt and fourth attempt in short? That's the strange 531, that's for the senior batch for you. Alright, so not for your batch specifically, for the seniors are going to write the third and fourth JEE Mains attempt. How is it a specified case? Okay, yes Sharon. See, 2D motion could be anything, any random motion. Okay, any particle going in 2D is just a 2D motion. In projectile, it's very specific. Gravity is down, you're throwing it at an angle, so it does a very specific motion. Parabola, we are going to talk about it in a bit. So that's why I said it's a subset of 2D motion. Alright. Hello Ankit, welcome aboard. Oh, by the way guys, I think you did not read the question carefully. Is R. More than one options are correct. Be careful. More than one options. I don't think so you read the question carefully. Is/R. That means more than one are correct. Okay. Option B, when acceleration is parallel to velocity, the motion is uniform. Means if the vector of acceleration and if the vector of velocity are parallel, that means there is no angle between them, then option B says the motion is uniform. That means, you know, everything is constant, velocity is constant, that's what it's saying. Or sorry, acceleration is constant, that's what it's saying. Okay, so ACD, somebody said all is correct. What if all are correct? Who is that? Ponami Acharya. Yes, all of them are correct. Oh my god. Hi Priya, welcome aboard. A lot of you are wrong then. Look at that. All of them are correct. Now I'll tell you why, one by one. When acceleration is not along line of velocity, direction changes. This I have already told you. If velocity is here and if acceleration is like this, this acceleration will, remember, change the direction. It will change the direction. Direction will change for the velocity. The velocity will turn. But when velocity and acceleration are parallel, then what will happen? The speed will increase. It will increase, guys. Direction won't change. velocity and acceleration in the same direction, you will see the velocity will only increase in length or magnitude or speed, but direction won't change. That's how it is. Alright? Yeah. Suchi Mama was just reading and everything came out to be correct. Look at that. So guys, if you answer things correctly, only then probably I might take your name. And if you answer, probably I might still take your name. The acceleration in a non-uniform motion is not zero. This is correct. Non-uniform motion. That means imagine there is a particle which is going like this, random. This is non-uniform motion. Obviously, you will see direction is changing, even the speed might be changing. So obviously, the acceleration is not zero. Obviously, acceleration will be there. It will be present. It will be accelerating. That's why it is having non-uniform motion. Obviously, it is correct. Okay. So Sai Telugu, remember, I have told this, if velocity and acceleration are in the same direction, what will happen? The particle's velocity will keep increasing. It's like 1D motion. In 1D motion, what happens? Velocity, acceleration along same line, right? So that's it. The speed keeps changing. So understand that the motion is uniform. Motion is uniform means acceleration is constant. Okay, the acceleration is constant. All right, that's what it is. Yep. Okay, great. And the last thing out here, yep, uniformly it is increasing. And the distance time graph of non-uniform motion is never a straight line. Okay, the distance time graph of non-uniform motion is obviously not a straight line, because if you draw a distance versus time graph, if it is a straight line, then it is uniform. If it is something else, obviously it is non-uniform. Is that correct, guys? Everybody? Yeah. Yes, Riya's option A and B can be related. Yep. So hence, remember this. In fact, I will show you a very nice animation. Things will be very, very clear after this. Look at this. This is a particle. I can drag it. Okay. Okay. So I will just drag this particle and see how the velocity and acceleration are. The green arrow mark is the velocity. Look at that. The moment I change the direction, do you see the blue arrow mark comes in? That blue arrow mark is the acceleration. So whenever I change the direction, you will see that there is an acceleration in some weird direction. But if I keep the direction constant, you will see that the velocity and acceleration are in the same direction. If I move it in a straight line 1D, you will see velocity, that blue and green arrow mark are in the same direction. But the moment I turn, you will see the acceleration will be making some angle with the velocity. Do you see that? I hope this is clear. So this is a very beautiful way of showing two-dimensional motion. So wherever I turn, you will see the acceleration will point that way. If I turn here, the acceleration will go that way. But if I keep moving it in a straight line, you can see the acceleration will be in that same direction as that of the velocity. Is that clear? Everybody understood this? Everybody getting this? Understood? Clearo? Clearo? It's a FET link. So you can just search for PHET later on. Okay. Cool. Let's get going to the next one. But before that, remember guys, if you are planning to join a coaching, you should definitely consider Vedantu as your option. The reason why I'll tell you, it's because of VIP. This is some promise which Vedantu is giving to all the students, and we commit ourselves to the students' growth, and we take full ownership and responsibility for the growth once you are inside Vedantu. So there are long-term batches starting, and you will be given a test, something like a benchmark test, and we are going to assess where you stand right now before joining the coaching. And after a year or so, by the time the coaching is done, or let's say 2 years, we are going to again assess you where you are, and you will see a drastic improvement in your trajectory. But God forbid you do not improve, it's okay, we are going to return back the full fees. That's the Vedantu improvement promise, and you can see that your chances of getting a rank inside Vedantu improves drastically if you're a part of Vedantu. Because see guys, I mean 1 and 2 Vedantu students have already got qualified for JEE Advanced. So many students are already on 100 percentile, and so many students have got 90 percentile and above. So many of your seniors, these are your seniors who have got 90 percentile and above. These numbers are going to increase over the years. By the time you pass out, this might be in thousands. So improve your chances of getting qualified for JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, VEDSAT and any such CET or board examinations. So the course details are mentioned in the description box. There is a link for pro subscription. Just open it up and you will see 3 different packages, which I'll talk about it later, and they are as low as 3,600 rupees per month. So you can just check it out, at least subscribe for 1 month using my discount coupon code SHHPRO. You'll get 10% flat off. That's the advantage. Now let's talk about the projectile motion. What exactly is projectile motion? See, if you take any object and you throw it under the influence of gravity, that's called as projectile motion. So it's nothing but a 2-dimensional motion under constant gravitational acceleration, like shooting a cannonball from the cannon. You can see this ball is doing a 2D motion. You can see that. It's a beautiful 2-dimensional motion in this 2D plane. Are you able to see that? If you can see that, let me know by putting up a yo in the chat box. I remember the first projectile which I saw during my school days. Do you know what was the first projectile which I saw? I'll tell you what it was. Probably I might just have it. This was the first projectile. Should I show it? The first projectile which I saw. It's there in my hand. Do you want to see it? No, it was not basketball. It was not even chalk. Something very close, Dharini. No, it was this. And it came on my face in school. I didn't throw it. I was the target. I was the target here. This was somebody else. Okay. So a duster. This is a duster which came. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was the first flying object I saw. All right, in class. Okay. Now, if you have understood this, let's talk about the different characteristics of projectile motion. This is very important. Okay. Now, here is the thing. These are very important pointers. This will help you save some time. It will be like tricks. It will also help you save some equations. So observe the projectile motion carefully. I throw it. So there is some speed with which I throw it. This projectile goes along this blue path. It reaches a maximum height from the ground. You can see the projectile is thrown from this point. It's thrown with some speed Vi, initial velocity Vi. That red arrow mark out here, let me just show it to you. Okay, this is nothing but the speed or velocity of projection. You are projecting it. This is the speed of projection. This is obviously the maximum height. This is the starting point. This is at t is equal to 0. After some time, it lands here. This capital T is called as the time of flight. How long was it in air? How long was it in air? So you throw it at t is equal to 0. It goes till maximum height and comes down. It lands on the ground at capital T, which is time of flight. If you remember, we have seen the formula. When you throw an object up, it lands back in a time of 2u by g. That was the formula when you throw an object vertically up. But this is a same variable, but different formula, of course, you will see in some time. You can see that the velocity has 2 components. This is the x component and this is the y component of the initial velocity of projection. You can see that there are 2 components. So if this angle is alpha, what is this angle alpha called? This is obviously called as the angle of projection. At what angle with respect to the ground are you projecting that body? Great. I hope this is clear. Now, this x component will be obviously the initial velocity. Look at that. This angle alpha is close. Close means pass in Hindi. Pass. Pass. What is rhyming with pass? Cos. So this will be the cos component. So this will be cos alpha. This component is far away from alpha. Far, you have committed a crime, you have committed a sin. So this y component will be Vi sine alpha. This is how you need to do this. I hope this is clear. Great. Very good. Excellent. So you should remember these terms. Very simple. It's like very obvious. If nobody tells you also, you can make sense out of it. Time of flight, maximum height, speed of projection, and angle of projection. Okay. So observe the motion, guys. It's very beautiful to see this simulation, how there are two components of velocity, how it reaches maximum height. Very interesting to note. What is the speed at maximum point? What is the speed at maximum height, guys? Let me see if you can answer this. Yes, very correct, Suchi Mama. Very true. Close and cos. Very good. Yes, 0. I knew this. Riyaz, Panchami, Dharni, Bharti. Yes, unknown Krish. I have already mentioned the timetable. Just watch it later on. Yes, 0. Wrong. Many of you are wrong. Guys, the answer is not 0. Observe the next animation. Look at this velocity components. Look at this velocity components. The two components change or not change. Actually, only one of them changes. Only the y component changes. The x component does not change. Observe it carefully. Again, it's projected. Alright, it's projected. The x component remains the same. The y component changes. Now you might be wondering, sir, why is the x component not changing? Why is the y component changing only? The reason is very simple. The acceleration due to gravity is downwards. Acceleration is downwards. That means there is acceleration in the y direction, which is minus g. This is assuming upwards is positive, downwards is negative. So acceleration is there in the y-axis, but acceleration in the x direction is 0. There is nothing which is accelerating in the x direction. This is the reason why the velocity in the x direction is constant, whereas the velocity in y direction is obviously not constant. Is that clear? Everybody clear about this? Everybody clear about this? Now, probably you will get the hint. What should be the velocity at the highest point? Understand, the x component will always remain the same. Only the y component keeps reducing, and at the highest point, the y component will become 0. Y will vanish. The y component, in fact, is going to reverse the direction. You're going to see it's going to change the direction. So Vy is 0, but Vx is still there. Vx is present. So at the topmost point, the total velocity is not 0. The total velocity is actually Vx. So this is the total velocity at topmost point. Vx is always there. And if you remember correctly, I had told if this is the velocity of projection, if this is angle theta, this is u cos theta, and this is u sin theta. So at the topmost point, what would this velocity be? What would this velocity be? Remember, u cos theta is not going anywhere, so it will always remain as u cos theta. So this is the speed at the topmost point. Thank you, Ishan. Yes, Surya, Vati has already come long time back. You should come now. Alright, understood? So, quick recap. When you throw an object, there are two components. X component is u cos, y component is u sin. The x component won't change because there is no acceleration in x. Y component will change because acceleration is downwards. So you will see the y component will reduce, become 0 and flip. So at the topmost point, y is not there, but x is there, and that would be u cos theta. That's how it is. Okay? Why u? You can use any symbol. You can use v also, man. There is nothing, no hard and fast rule. Some books will use u naught, some books will use v naught, some books will use w, some books will use w naught. So it doesn't matter. Whichever symbol you want to use, you can use. You can also use v initial. It's up to you. Alright? Now, if this much is clear, observe the animation very carefully and see what other things you can see. What other things you can see. Where do you think in this entire motion the speed is minimum? In this entire motion, there is one point where the speed is the least, minimum. Where do you think, guys, it is? Come on, guys. Yes, ux is same as u cos. In fact, the value of ux is u cos, Shreyas. Okay. You can think of, Sharon, initial velocity vector is u vector or vi vector, any name, it's just a name, understand. You don't have to sit and by heart, sir told you but in the book it is given vi, don't get confused, you can use any symbol. Yes, topmost point, beautiful. How about this? When it is thrown with some velocity, let's say u. When it is thrown or projected, it is thrown with u. When it lands here, what do you think is the speed? Is it going to be same, or is it going to be more, or is it going to be less? Very good. Previous question you guys have answered it correctly. At the topmost point the speed is less, the least. So when you throw it with speed u, by the time it lands here, what's the speed? Is it more, less or same? Yes, it is going to be the same. Correct. Because the entire motion is symmetric. That means whatever it does while going up, it will do the same thing, repeat, while coming down. Observe it. It was thrown, whatever it does while going up, it will do the exact same thing, repeat. It's just like mirror image, replica, while coming down out here. So the time taken to go from here to here is also the time taken to go from here to here. Time of ascent is also the time of descent. That's how it is. Everything, replica. So it's symmetric. It's symmetric. Yes. Yes. Yes, Surya, the horizontal speed remains the same. Vertical changes due to gravity. NEET aspirant, post your doubts. After the session, I'll respond to all your doubts. Very good. Great. So I have put up all the pointers for you so that you can just briefly look at it. Acceleration due to gravity is always down. Number one. Number two, motion is symmetric. Whatever it does while going up, it will do the same thing while coming down. Hence, at the same level, the speed of impact is also the speed of projection. Speed of impact is the speed with which it hits the ground. Speed of projection is the speed here. These speeds are same at the same horizontal level because of symmetry. You can see that. Last point, horizontal velocity remains the same. We have seen that because there is no acceleration in the x, it's only in the y direction. And last point, at the topmost point, the vertical component is 0, horizontal component is still there, and that's the least speed which is there at the topmost point. Everybody clear? Excellent. Symmetric means like if you take a mirror, who is that guy? Neeraj. Whatever is there in front, don't spam Neeraj. Don't spam. And Rajkaran, don't spam. Don't promote spamming or else I will not answer. I am answering this last time. Next time if you spam, I will not answer. Okay? Yeah. So please understand. If you spam, I'm not going to see that doubt. This is the last time I'm going to answer this here. If you keep a mirror and if you stand in front of it, whatever is there in the front will get repeated behind. So that's the meaning of symmetry. Like sphere, it has a plane of symmetry. That means if you cut the sphere into half, whatever you find here will be also found on the other side, as if that plane is a mirror. Okay? Human body, if you cut somebody here, whatever is there here will also be there here. Alright? So that's symmetry. But obviously if you think of a plane like this, that's not a plane of symmetry because what's there in the front is not there behind. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Okay, third point is not clear. At the same horizontal level, that's very simple. Who is that? Surya. This speed of impact here at the same horizontal level is the same as the speed of projection because whatever speed you throw, the same speed it will land. That's it. So the same horizontal level. Obviously you cannot say I will stop the motion here and say that this speed is equal to this speed. No, they are not at the same horizontal level. You should be at the same level, only then the speeds are same. Here and here speeds are same. Here and here speeds are same. Here and here speeds are same. So at the same level you will see the same speed. Okay. What is horizontal motion? Motion which is happening in horizontal along the ground level. This is horizontal, this is vertical. Please understand horizontal and vertical are unique directions. So if you are standing here, this is horizontal, this is vertical. Just because you stand tilted does not mean, sir, now this is horizontal, sir, and this is vertical. Wrong. No. Just because you are crooked does not mean the earth is crooked. So understand, even if you stand like this, horizontal is still going to be there. It's a unique direction, vertical and horizontal. Okay? Okay. Total time and time of flight mean the same thing, Riyas. They are all generally used in the same context. Okay? So time of flight means the time for which it flies, which is also the total time it flies. Same thing. Let's find out all of these things one by one. Okay, now what you need to do to find maximum height, here is the logic. When you reach at the topmost point, if you see the y coordinate along the y-axis, shouldn't this be h? Shouldn't the y coordinate be h, because this is the max height from the ground? This is the max height from the ground. Okay. Now I feel that I should write kinematic equations in the y direction. There is no point writing anything in the x direction. So let's look at it one by one. What is known to us? I don't need x, I need only y. So let's see what is uy. Uy is u's cos or sine, sine component. So it's u sine theta. I'm just writing whatever I know. I don't know h, I'm just writing whatever I know. Okay. Similarly, what is the acceleration in y direction? It's minus g, because g is down, upwards y is taken as positive. Displacement in the y direction. From here till here, this much is x displacement, this much is y-axis displacement. What is the y displacement? Isn't that h? Look at that, the y displacement is h, x displacement is so much. So now which equation do I use? Uy, ay, sy. Oh, there is one more thing I know. At this point, vy is 0. I just told you, at the highest point, there is only horizontal velocity, there is no vertical velocity. Remember that. Yep. So I should use the third kinematic equation, and it will look like this. Vy square is uy square plus 2ay sy. What is Vy? That's 0. What is Uy? What is Uy? That's u sine theta. So u sine theta whole square plus 2 times Ay is minus g, Sy is nothing but h. Take it on this side. So 2gh is u square sine square theta. So h is u square sine square theta divided by 2g. That's the formula which you should remember. Do not forget, and you should also know this derivation, obviously. Is that clear? Why not horizontally? Anisha, height, is it in horizontal or is it in vertical? Obviously it's in vertical. So what is the use of writing horizontal equations? You will not get anything, right? You cannot measure height by traveling horizontally. You will only get height in vertical. That's the reason why. Okay. Okay. We can't find u magnitude, sir. U will be given to you, Sharon. It will be given. A particle is thrown at 10 meters per second. So I know u is 10. So that's how it is. Okay. So this is how you derive maximum height. And for those of you who want the printed form, it's already there in the next slide for all of you. Don't worry. Okay. Next, let's try to figure out time of flight. Let's try to figure out time. Yes, I come daily live over here at 7:30. So those of you who are joining in late or probably seeing me for the first time, this is a part of Nurture series. This is a long-term batch for 11th standard kids. Each lecture in detail. We started few months back. We have already completed vectors, units and dimensions, 1D, derivatives, integration. All lectures are recorded after the live session is over. You can watch the playlist. And right now we are in 2D. I'm going to go to relative and then Newton's laws and so on and so forth. Let's go to the time of flight. Now, when you project the particle from here, it flies for some time and lands over here. When it lands over here, can you tell me what will be the y coordinate of the particle? Come on guys. What is the y coordinate for the particle? Think about it. Yes, Sy 0. Who said that? Yes, very good, Dharni. Total displacement is not 0. Only Sy is 0. In fact, Sx is there. Sx is there. Only y displacement. Remember, it's not distance. It's displacement. Final minus in it's 0. We're going to talk about it later on. Similarly, this means I should write everything in y. It's better to write everything in y because I know for the entire duration y displacement is 0. So how about figuring out what is Ay? Ay is obviously minus g. Uy is u sine theta. And I need to find the time. Which equation do I use? SUAT. Oh, S is ut plus half at square. Hello, welcome aboard, everyone. Rajshekhar and others, bacha, don't disturb. Whatever queries you have, post it in the comments. Later on, I will be answering it. Okay, so here it is. Sy is uyt plus half ay t square. So cool, guys. Look at this. Sy is 0. Uy is u sine theta into t plus half ay is minus g into t square. Now you can just take out t common out of this and it will look like this. T into u sine theta minus gt by 2 is 0. Now what does this tell you? Because I have taken out t common, this into this is 0. That means either t is 0 or u sine theta minus gt by 2 is 0. Remember, you have studied this in maths in lower grades. A into b is 0. That means a is 0 or b is 0. But this is not correct. This doesn't make sense physically. Maths just tells you numbers. It's up to you to understand and interpret it. It is just telling when is the displacement 0 in the y direction. This is also correct in a way. Maths is not wrong. It's telling at t is equal to 0, obviously y displacement is 0. But that's not the point. I don't want to find that time. I am interested when is it again 0. It's telling the displacement is 0 two times. Once here and once here. So this is what I am interested in. And just rearrange this. You will get u sine theta is equal to gt by 2. Therefore, t is equal to 2 u sine theta by g. This is your time of flight. This is initial. This is your final. It starts from 0, ends over here. Displacement is 0 here also and here also in the y direction. Is that clear? T is equal to 0 is not possible. T is equal to 0 is not of our interest. Not of concern. I'm not interested. Because I already know. It's like obvious. T is equal to 0, displacement is 0. Any particles, T is equal to 0, displacement is 0. You don't have to break your head over it. I'm not interested in that. I'm more concerned about the other point. That's why. Yes. Yes, Neeraj, all these kind of things will be asked in CBSE exam. They are going to have case-based studies. They might give you some equation. They might give you a comprehension and they'll be like, why am I getting two roots? Analyze the situation, case study based. So these kind of questions can come in CBSE board as well. Yes, so that's why derivations are also important. All right. So going ahead, always on my next slide, I always keep all the derivations. So don't worry. So you can also watch the PDF later on. Yeah. But T can be 0. And Nisha, T can't be negative. Understand? The value of time can never be negative. The value of time can be 0. 0 means started, just started, initially, when you started observing. If T is positive, that means after the start, after the initial movement. That's how it is. If both are 0, that means it has not, it has not taken off from the ground. If both values come out to be 0, that means it started and ended at the same time from the same place. So it has not, it has not taken off from the ground. So it won't make sense. Yeah. Indrani Paul, just watch all my lectures from 1D. Don't watch from here. Start from 1D. There is a beautiful playlist created, 1D motion, then 2D motion. And also there is a bridge course which is created to bridge the gap between 10th standard and 11th standard. Most of you have not even given the exams. So you were very chill, you have taken very lightly, and during your 9th standard the pandemic had already started, if you remember very closely, and 9th standard concepts are there in 11th, 10th standard concepts are there in 12th, advanced way. So guys, it's very important you bridge that gap using bridge course, those of you are attending late, and then start with units and dimensions, vectors and 1D, and then come to 2D and all of that. Yeah. All right. So how about the range of the projectile out here? Let's see. Very interesting question. How do I find the range? Range is in horizontal. How far from the original point? Range. I throw something. Where does it land? That's the range. So it's in X direction. So probably I'm going to deal only with X axis. Oh my God. Sharon has watched everything. Riyaz has not even passed 10th now. Okay. Don't worry, Riyaz. Many people are like you. Hi, Khushi. Well, yes, Dharini, you are going to need SX. Oh, by the way, How many of you have watched almost 99% or 90% of all the classes that we have conducted in the nurture series? How many of you watched almost all my 90% at least of all my sessions? Raise your hands in the chat box. Ram Kumar Swami, hello, hi Bharti. Okay, Dharni says yes. Oh my god, Riyaz 100%, Kaushika says me, yes, Suchi Mama, Bharti saying, Khushi says 89%, I don't know how you calculated that. Wow, Kalyani, everything. Neeraj, first class, don't worry, bacha, you can watch the replay. Suryanshi says, sorry, bacha, you can watch the replay. Panchami, Kaushika, okay, I'm remembering these names. Alima, very good. 100% sir, what sir, of my nurture series. Hi Durga, hi Loki. Right, very good Sharon, Loki, excellent Shivari, very good. No Purtur, I'm not Tamilian, but I love Tamil songs also. I like all kinds of songs, not just Hindi or English. I like all kinds of good music, be it even Telugu songs I like. I watch some Telugu movies, I watch Malayalam movies, I watch Kannada movies, I watch Tamil movies, I watch Marathi movies, I watch English movies, I watch Spanish movies, I watch English movies, of course, yeah. Glad Riyaz, okay. Chalo. Now let's get going to the next one, the range. Like I was saying, you are going to find Sx. Sx is R. In the x direction, you are going to need the x displacement, which is R. You can see that it's R. Okay, this is the range. Okay. Now the best part is ux, which is u cos theta. That will be constant because ax is 0. Ax is 0, obviously the acceleration is only vertically down, not in the x direction. Now here is the thing, guys. Think, when it goes from here to here, how much time will elapse? From here to here, won't this be time of flight? In order to find the total x displacement, won't it take the total time of flight, which I just figured out to be 2u sine theta by g? I just figured it out. Total time of flight, correcto. So I think I need Sx is ux t plus half ax t square. Best part, this is r. Ux is u cos theta, and time is just given 2u sine theta divided by g. Oh, best part, this is 0. Ax is 0. Second term gone, vanished, doom. All right. Now this will become u into u as u square, and I'll just write it like this: 2 sine theta cos theta. Remember the next term was 0 by g. Now there is a formula which you would have learnt in trigonometry. Shimon sir would have just started with trigonometry, I'm pretty sure, and you will learn this, or you would have learned this formula: 2 sine theta cos theta. It's called as the double angle formula. It's nothing but sine of 2 theta. This is a standard result which you should remember. Okay? You will learn that in trigonometry, or you would have learned it in trigonometry, one of them. Okay, don't worry. If you have not learned, watch the replays of Shimon sir trigonometry lectures. You will see that formula over here. Sine 2 theta is 2 sine theta cos theta. Great. Oh, definitely Alim Saja. Why not, bacha? Even if you're a NEET student, you can definitely watch it over here. Is it right? Yes, we are going to come to that, Vasil Ali. Hold on, I'm just going to come to that question. Okay, so that's range. Remember the formula. It's u square. Where is it? U square sine 2 theta. Oops. Why is there a mistake over here? Guys, this is not supposed to be there. I'll get it corrected. Okay, u square sine 2 theta by g. Okay, that's the formula. Keep this in mind. Okay, u square sine 2 theta by g. Okay. Hey, my bad, guys. This was not supposed to happen. Okay, let's pretend we don't know the answer. Okay. Why is ax 0? See, Kaushika, when you throw anything, everything accelerates downwards, vertically down. Vertical is y, horizontal is x. So if acceleration is in y, what is the acceleration is in x? Nothing, right? That's why x is 0. Relative motion will be taught as a separate chapter, Dharini. 1D and 2D both combined together. Okay, everybody knows the answer. Thank you, Temina. All right. Raja Shekhar, why don't you do one thing, bacha? I cannot answer it immediately. See, I will answer in detail rather than giving a one-line answer. And plus, I'm taking up a session, right? Ping me on my handle, Instagram handle. or leave a comment after the video. Anything is fine, I'll reply to your comments. Okay, bacha? Alright, cool. Well, the answer is D. Now, most of you saw that. So, the reason why this is true is because, guys, when you throw a body, a projectile like this is projectile motion. Remember, at the topmost point, the velocity is here. Over here, the velocity is like this. 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 Acceleration is always downwards. G is always downwards. Remember. So, think about it. Where is it perpendicular? It's at the highest point. So, at the highest point, it's perpendicular to each other. That's the answer, guys. Alright. So, that was easy. Let's see how many of you can solve this question. Okay. A lot of you didn't read the question. But now I hope you understood it. How to find velocity at any instant in projectile? Very good question, Aryaman. Meanwhile, others keep solving. See, it's very simple, Aryaman. All you need to do is use this equation. Vy is uy plus ayt, and use vx is ux plus axt. So that's why I conducted my previous class. Remember, solving 2D motion is solving two 1D motions. You know ux is u cos theta, and you know ax is 0, and you know ay is minus g, and you know uy is u sin theta. Correct. So you give me the time, I will tell you the velocity. That's how simple it is. Anisha, let me tell you one thing. If you want to clear CBSE plus mains plus advanced, you need to know the derivations which are given in NCERT. As simple as that. So that's a rule of thumb. I mean, you can skip the derivations, or just remember the formulas. Then do not expect above 90% marks in CBSE boards. Do not expect 90 percentile score in JEE Mains. Do not expect to clear advanced exam. Do not expect to solve more detailed complex questions. So if you know the derivations, only then you can crack it. In fact, I am conducting a derivation micro course for 11th standard students for all the chapters. So if you are a pro user, you can watch all the lectures of derivations from all the chapters for free of cost. So if you are a pro user, go ahead, subscribe to it. In fact, I had made a video on how to join those courses as well some time back. Okay, what are you guys saying? Some of you are saying C. Hi Deepak, welcome aboard. Alright, come on. Okay, C. Alright, very good Harsan, excellent. Alim Saja, if you have not taken maths, yes, you will find little bit difficulty in solving physics questions. Yes, definitely. So that's why you need to watch the maths lectures for free. You can watch Shimon's lectures free, of course. So whatever required things are there, like trigonometry, integration, derivatives, and series and quadratic. You can watch those lectures, all right, and build your concepts. All right. So the range is equal to the maximum height is equal to the range. Now, what's the formula for range? I just told you, u square sine 2 theta divided by g. And for range, for height, it's u square sine square theta by g. Beautiful. So first of all, there is also a 2 over here. Do not forget. Yes, there was a 2 over here, u square sine square theta by 2g. If you forget a 2, you might get a wrong answer. The gg goes, and also this u square and this u square will also go. Now sine 2 theta, I just told you, it is 2 sine theta cos theta. And this is nothing but sine square theta by 2. Okay, what happens now? 1 sine theta and 1 sine theta will go from here. This 2 and 2 will become 4. This cos will go over here, and this will become tan theta. That means theta is tan inverse of 4. Which is option C. Beautiful. Some of you are actually saying C. Some of you said B, A, and something else also. Well, the correct answer is C. That's how you need to solve it. So if you know the formulas, you will immediately get the answer. It should not take more than 20-30 seconds. Yeah, thank you, Deepak. Oh, by the way, on the official Instagram page, official Vedantu's Instagram page, there is one more reel of mine which is uploaded. You can check it out later on. Okay. So that was the answer for C, and let's go to the next question. Let's see how many of you can do this. Beautiful question. Let's see how many of you can give all the 3 answers correctly. Amazing question. If you throw a particle when would the time of flight be maximum? For what angle? For what angle is maximum height maximum? And for what angle the range is maximum? Thank you, Yash. Third step, third step what I did was, Kalyani, sine 2 theta was 2 sine theta cos theta, if I remember it correctly. So that was a mathematical formula. You should remember it from trigonometry. And then sine theta I cancelled from one side, and from sine square theta I cancelled one more sine theta. So only one sine theta was remaining and one cos theta was remaining. Okay, Lemon Mint says 90, 90, 45. Riyaz says 45 for B and C. Dharni says 90, 90, 45. Sai Telugu says pi by 2, pi by 2, pi by 4. Excellent. Looks like you have just learned trigonometry and you know what is pi's. Very good. Loki says 45, 90, 90. Hi, Shravananar. Well, how about showing this to you? Okay, I will just show this to you. I have a beautiful simulation out here. Oh my god, this is a guy with his Bermudas. Does he move? No, he doesn't move. Okay, cool. So I have a cannon and I can shoot it wherever I want. And let's see what happens. It goes like this. Ooh, okay, beautiful, amazing. I can just turn this and I can throw this. Amazing, amazing. This is how the projectile motion is. Excellent. Now, if I want maximum time of flight, what will I do, guys? Obviously, I won't throw it here. It will just fall off very quickly. If I throw it here, let's say like this. Oh no, it's still not that much. If I throw it here, yeah, now it stays in the air for a long time. I can make it go even longer by 90 degrees. Now this stays in the air for a very long time. So throw it at 90 degrees so that it stays in the air for a long time. In fact, the maximum height reached is also maximum when the angle of projection is 90 degrees. Look at that. The angle of projection when it is 90, maximum height is also maximum. Did you see that? Yeah. Now, you would see one more interesting thing. If you throw it at 45 degrees, if you throw it at exactly 45 degrees, you will see the range will be maximum. Yes, the range will be maximum. For any other angle, guys, the range won't be maximum. It will be something less. So at 45 degrees, the range is maximum. This is a beautiful way to show this to you. Oh, amazing, guys. Yeah. In fact, you can also go by formulas. See, for time of flight, there is sine theta. Remember in the numerator? And when is sine theta maximum? The max value of sine theta is 1 when theta is 90 degrees. So that's why it's 90 for the first one. For maximum height, remember there was sine square theta in the numerator, in the top. So when will height be maximum? When the numerator is maximum. That means sine theta will be 1. And that will be possible when it is again 90 degrees. Similarly, for range, understand there is sine 2 theta in the numerator, if you recollect. In sine 2 theta in the numerator. So when sine 2 theta is 1, that's when you will get the range to be maximum. That means 2 theta should be 90 degrees. If 2 times theta is 90, therefore theta is 45 degrees. Is that clear? This is how it comes. Yes, Joshi, this is my YouTube channel, bacha. Yeah. At 90, the range will be 0. Yes, perfect, Riyaz. Yeah, because if you throw it like that, it will fall on your head. You will be dead. I mean, yes. Yeah, that's how it is. Clearo? Excellent, guys. That's how you need to solve this question. That's why the answer is 90, 90, 45. Next question coming up on your screen. A person can throw a stone to a maximum distance of 100. Whatever he tries, he cannot reach more than 100. That means, what is 100 meters? It's the maximum range. Yes, it's the maximum range. Oh my god, you got confused with the angles. Happens. Okay, cool. Now, the greatest height to which he can throw the projectile is how much? Let's see how many of you can do this beautiful question. Let's see. It should not be done more than 30 seconds. Come on, my warriors, do it. Come on. Figure this out. Person can throw, maximum range is 100. What's the maximum height he can reach? Sai Telugu saying D. Theography 25, that is D again. Trigono always scares you. Kalyani, you should be very, very comfortable with trigonometry because it's very important that you are very well versed with maths, not just for JEE, but in general for engineering. So trigonometry is basic, you should do it properly. It takes some time to get a hang of it, to hold of it, but you will eventually get it. A lot of you are saying D. Alright, let's see whether you guys are correct or wrong. Maximum distance means R max. Now, this happens when theta is 45 degrees. Obviously. So, U square sine 2 times of 45 degrees divided by G. And this is given to be 100. So, by the way, sine of 2 times 45 is sine of 90. Sine 90 is 1. So, it's just going to be U square by G. So, I got value of U square by G as 100. Now, in order to reach greatest height, what will you do? Obviously, you are going to throw the ball up like this. So, only then it will reach the maximum height. And this height, we all know, is U square sine square, and obviously the angle is 90, divided by 2 times of G. Now, hold on. I already know the value of U square by G. Don't I? U square by G is already 100. So how about substituting that here? And do not forget, sine 90 is 1. So it's actually 1 square. So what you're going to get is 100 divided by 2, which is 50 meters. That's C option. A lot of you were wrong. A lot of you thought height formula for 45 degrees. That's where you went wrong. No, read the question carefully. The greatest height to which he can throw. I just did a question. When do you get the maximum height possible? When you throw it at 90 degrees. Yes, the answer would be 25 if the question was when the range is maximum, for that range what's the maximum height? That's not the question. Understand that. So when the range was maximum, for that height, what is the value? No, that's not what has been asked. So that's why many of you got the answer wrong. Yes, it is 50 meters. Yep, correct. So it is C option. Okay, let's get going to the next one. Yeah, like you can see. How many of you made that mistake? I think many of you. Yes, Thyagarajan, I'll be doing it in inclined plane motion, and also we'll be doing a lot of questions from projectile at a height and all of that. Yes, inclined plane motion and projectile from a height. We are going to do it tomorrow. Yeah. Let's see how many of you can do this question. Come on, my warriors. Next. Oh, sorry. You are unable to do it. Now, this is something which I just told you, right? For 45 degrees, the range is maximum. Now, remember one more thing. For complementary angles, the range is same. Yeah, it's always the same. So, for 30-60, same range. 10-80, same range. 20-70, same range. Only for 45, the complementary is 45 itself, the range is maximum. That's a very, very important rule that you should keep in mind. Complementary angles, the range is same. You can see that. 10 degrees, 80 degrees, same range. 20 degrees, 70 degrees, same range. 45, maximum range. Okay, let's see. By the way, the proof for that is there. It's very simple. When you use trigonometry, you will get it. It's not that difficult. Let's see whether you can use this result for solving this question. Complementary means if 20 degrees is an angle, the complementary of 20 is what angle will you add to 20 to get 90? Okay, so to get a right angle. So that's complementary. So complementary of 10 is 80. Complementary of 45 is 45. So 45 plus 45 is 90. Supplementary is basically when you get the total sum as 180. So what angle will you add to an angle to get 180 degrees? That's supplementary angle. Okay, cool. Yes, maths is the language of physics. That's true every time. So even when we reach one of the last few chapters, you will still see a lot of maths. So don't think maths is getting away. Okay, so a lot of people think, sir, I can get rid of maths and I can only study physics and chemistry. No, that's not going to happen. If you're not good at maths, you cannot perform well in physics or sometimes even in chemistry, especially the physical part. Okay, a lot of you are saying D, pakka. Okay, come on, my warriors, figure this out. Sure, D, pakka. Somebody is asking to shout out his name. By the way, I'll shout out your name if you give the answer. Not like that. Yes, Rana. I am taking care of JEE Physics, and my God, you already know. Very good. Chalo, bahut badhiya. I don't know where and all spies are there. Don't know. नहीं आता कोई बात नहीं. चलो कर लेते हैं. Do you see one thing in common everywhere? GT1 T2, GT1 T2, GT1 T2. Everywhere there is GT1 T2, but the number outside it is different. So how about first figure out how much is GT1 T2? Okay. Now the value of T1 and T2 can be used, can be found by the formula 2u sine theta by G. That's the formula. But remember, for two complementary angles. So for the second time T2, think about it, it will be 2u sine, complementary of theta is 90 minus theta divided by G. Now you can clearly see, guys, one of the G has just got cancelled. Okay, 2 into 2, it's 4, u into u, that's u square, sine theta is also there, sine of 90 minus theta, everybody knows this is cos theta, sine 30 is cos 60, sine 45 is cos 45, sine 20 is cos 70, this always works, divided by G. Now let's do one magical thing. Okay, I see sine theta and cos theta, so I'm very much interested in writing this 4 as 2 and u square, and 2 sine theta cos theta. Remember, 2 sine theta cos theta was sine 2 theta. I just told you about this double angle formula. Use that 2 with this sine theta and cos theta. So you will get sine 2 theta and you will have G. Now guess what is this? This is nothing but the range, right? U square sine 2 theta by G. That's the formula for range. So what did I get? G T1 T2 is 2R. So R will be, so what will R be equal to? G T1 T2 divided by 2, which is option D. Done, done. Why did I multiply RHS by G, Kaushika? Okay, I'll tell you why. Look at the options. Do you see all the options have G T1 T2? So I tried finding what is the value of G T1 T2. I just tried to find out, because only the outside numbers are different, and that's why, yes, that's why I found out that value. And then I found out that from with R you have this number 2 which is getting multiplied, so 2R is G T1 T2, so R will be G T1 T2 by 2. That's what I got. Yes, that's how it is. Which formula we use in the first step? No, there is no formula, Riyaz. This was by common sense, just by pure observation of the options. This is something which you need to do. Yep, understood? Clear, everyone? Yep, okay, cool. So if you understood this, then we'll go ahead. Yep, a lot of you have done some mistake. Great, no problem. happens. So learn from how we solve the questions. Learn from how I am approaching the questions. Now last few questions remaining, but before that let me tell you, if you have any doubts, download the Vedantu app and send your doubts to our doubt experts, and they are available from morning till night. You can chat with them, okay, because a lot of you have a lot of doubts, and for free of cost, unlimited doubts from any book of 11th and 12th standard, you can get it solved. So for all the pro users, this is free, do not forget. Now let's talk about equation of trajectory. Yes, the power of observation. Happens known as darshan. Don't worry, you have come here to learn. Even if you make 100 mistakes, don't think that you will lose your impression. I still love you, bachalo, okay? All right, happens. Okay, come on, are you ready for the last few things? Come on guys, put some fire. I hope you still are alive. I hope that fire is burning inside you. I hope you guys are still there. Yeah, can't do my own. Happens, Anisha Basu. Tell me one thing, bachalo, why have you come to this lecture? Because you cannot do it on your own. Because you need some help. Take that help. I'm doing it for free on YouTube. I have come here only to teach. What is my job? What is my intention? What is my motive? You guys should understand. You should be able to see somebody solve properly, and that too in English, because you are from English medium. So I don't want you to go and watch everything in Hindi and then there is a confusion in your mind. You are in English medium, you want to talk in English, but then you are understanding in Hindi, you are talking some other language at home, creates a complete mess in your head. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, thank you guys. Yes, cool. My God, who is this guy? Thoda sa hungry. Hey, don't talk about hunger, man, then even I'll feel hungry. 10 more minutes and we are done. 10-15 more minutes. Okay, trajectory. Trajectory is the fancy name for path. Everybody knows this. So let's find the equation of trajectory. So what is the equation of trajectory? Equation of trajectory is that equation which tells me x and y's relationship without time being involved. It's a love triangle. There are three people, Pandu, Champa, I don't know, somebody else. Okay? Rama maybe, I don't know. So it's a love triangle between x, y and t. So these two lovers will say, no, 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 we are together. You just get lost, man. So that is the equation of trajectory. Get time out of the equation. It's outside of it. That's how it works. Okay, let's do this. In x direction, what I can say is Sx is ux t plus half ax t square. Sx, let's say at any instant, the y coordinate is y, the x displacement or x coordinate is x. This is x displacement, this is y displacement. So the x displacement is x, ux is u cos theta. In case you forgot what the hell was u, well, that was your initial velocity of projection. This was theta, that's u cos, this is u sine. Okay, cool. So into t plus 0 because ax is 0. Do not forget the acceleration in x direction, not there. Okay. In the y direction, okay, sy, let's put this on top. Okay, sy is uyt plus half ayt square. The reason why I'm writing it is because I somehow want to eliminate time and you'll see how. Sy is y. Displacement in the y direction is y coordinate itself. Uy is u sine theta into t plus, actually minus, it will become minus later on, half into minus g into t square. This ay is minus g in downward direction. Now here is the trick, guys. If you look at this equation, you will see from here the value of time is x divided by u cos theta. Remember, I wanted to get rid of time. I didn't want time in the picture. So how about putting the value of time over here and see what do we get. So I will get, therefore y is equal to u sine theta. Time is nothing but x divided by u cos theta plus, oh actually it's minus g by 2 t square. That's x square by u square cos square theta. Last step, sine by cos is tan. U and u cancel. Okay, so what am I getting? I am getting y is equal to x is there, sine by cos is tan theta minus gx square by 2 u square cos square theta. This is something which you should remember. You should remember this. You should remember this. Yes, pathetic t, get rid of it. Yeah. You cannot say, sir, such a big equation, sir, what are you saying? In 9, 10, 10, such simple, chotu cute equations, sir. V is x by t, acceleration is delta v by delta t, force is ma, momentum is mv. Sir, what is this, sir? So many things. Guys, get used to this. This is common, okay? And you have to remember more. So don't give excuses. If you give excuses, gone. Other people will learn this. Other people will be ahead of you. You have to remember. You have to know how to get this. There is no option out of this. If you want to clear JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, CBSE board, remember that. Okay. Yes. Now, if you write it many times, if you use it many times, if you solve the Tattva module, if you solve HC Verma, if you solve PYQs, trust me, you don't have to sit separately and by heart it. It will be like, even if you wake up in the middle of the night, you'll be like, oh, what is trajectory equation? What did sir say? X tan theta minus half gx square by u square cos square theta. That's it. Khatam. Done, done, done. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, so that's how things should be. By the way, there is another form which is also very useful. And what's that other form? Well, you can do it by yourself, it's not that difficult. And this other form is even more prettier. And I mean it, I'm not sarcastic being out here. X tan theta into 1 minus x divided by r. Isn't this beautiful form? This is Sundar form. Yeah, this is Sundar form. Okay, beautiful. Yep. Remember this. This is also doable. If you just substitute the value of range, r is the range, you can get that. You tell me x, I'll give you y. That's how it is. Last thing, because it's a quadratic equation. Since it's a quadratic equation, what do you think is this path going to be? What is the shape of this curve called? Answer it in 1 minute. Not even 1 minute, 10 seconds. You should know this. Because it's a quadratic equation, what? Quadratic, why? X and x square. It's x and x square. Come on, guys. Yeah, beautiful. Parabola. Not Ebola. Not hyperbola. Not conbola. Not apunbola. It's parabola. Okay. So parabola is the shape of that curve. I have put the derivation for you guys if you want to check it out. And here is the question based on this. Very good. Very good. Everybody has answered. Come on, guys. Answer this question coming up on your screen. There is an equation given. The question is, what is the speed initially launched? What speed was it launched? Come on, my warriors. Come on, my warriors. Y is 2x minus 9x square. If you have just written down the trajectory equation, you would get this very easily. Very easy. Try to compare. In case you forgot, y is x tan theta minus gx square by 2u square cos square theta. Compare everything and you'll get the answer. If you just compare, you can see 2x, here x tan theta. Compare. What does this tell you? 2 is equal to tan theta. Interesting. Now if I know tan theta, I can also find cos theta because I'm going to need it, right? Because out here, g by 2u square cos square theta, just by plain comparison, is 9. This is 9. Yeah, I will need it. I'll need it. Yes, this is the equation of parabola, correct. So I'm going to compare it. Observe, because I need cos theta, I can also find it using tan theta. How am I going to find it? This is a very simple, tricky method. I'll teach you the trick. Here is the trick. Just draw a right angle triangle, put theta 90 degrees. Tan theta is 2. Tan theta is opposite by adjacent. Tan theta is opposite by adjacent. So tan theta is 2. If this is 2, this is 1. What is this side? 2 square plus 1 square, which is 4 plus 1, which is 5. Root by Pythagoras. From this triangle, you can easily find cos theta. Cos theta is adjacent by hypotenuse, so 1 by root 5. So no need of complicated math, just drawing a simple triangle will help you. Okay, so what you did not understand, the first step, this was just by comparison beta. Look at this, 2x minus 9x square. This 2 is comparable to this tan theta. X tan theta, 2x, same thing, right? So that's why 2 tan theta. If I know tan, I can find cos by drawing a simple triangle. Is that clear? Okay. Now, once you know cos theta, you can use it here. By the way, the value of g is 10. Okay, 2 times u square cos theta square, that means 1 by root 5's square is equal to 9. Okay, let's see what and all happens over here. A lot of magic. Okay, 2 and 10 cancels, 5. This root 5 square will become 5 and it will go on the top. So it will become 5 into 5 by u square is equal to 9. So u square will be 25 by 9. So u will be 5 by 3 meters per second. Simple maths, nothing else. Which is option A. Yep, it is. Yes, Job Cherian, every lecture will come and you'll be like, sir, do you remember me? Yes, now I remember you. Okay. 9 square, can't understand. Which 9 square? This is not 9, bacha. This is G. Oops. This is not 9. This is G. Gx square. This is not 9x square. This looks similar. This is 9, this is G. Don't get confused. Okay, in the formula it was gx square by 2u square cos square theta. So if you compare them, this term is similar to this term. That's what I have done. That's all. Clear? Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, very good, very good, very good. So guys, you cannot skip maths. You have to know math. Okay, that's how it is. It's not G square, it is gx square. Please understand that. Thank you, Job Cherian. I love you too, bacha. Okay, Sharon finally understood. Little one also got it. Okay, now this looks like a big scary problem. Big scary problem. No, it is not scary. I will tell you what. Guys, lot of students are going to leave this question. I'm telling you. And if you do not study under me, for sure you will leave this question. You'll be like, sir, look at the length. I can't do this. I'll tell you the gist of this question. I'll spare you the trouble of reading it. This is the ground. This is where you are. You are throwing it. With what speed? I don't know. But the angle of projection is 45 degrees. Okay, cool. The wall is at a distance of 30 meters and you're projecting it from a point 30 meters behind the wall. Achha, so there is a wall over here. Cool. This is the wall. Okay. There is some height. I will call it y. I don't know what is that height. Okay. This ball goes just over the wall and it lands here. Okay. Please understand, it might not be the maximum height. Lot of people think y or that height of the wall is height h. No. In fact, it will not be, because you can see this is 30 meters and this is given to be, it strikes the ground at a distance of 10 meters from the wall. So obviously this is not maximum height. This is not. I hope this point is clear, because if it was maximum height, this distance and this distance would be equal. Isn't it? Everybody got it till here? A lot of people do that, but now you will never leave a question the moment you see it big. Trust me on this, guys. This is very important for you to understand. It just looks scary. It's just trying to scare you. Boo! And you might get booed. Don't get booed. Now observe this. What is the range? What is the range, guys? Or isn't the range 40 meters? Isn't this 30 actually speaking x coordinate for a particle here? When the projectile reaches here, isn't that the x coordinate? And I just remember trajectory equation. I have attended Shreyas sir's class. Oh, so Shreyas sir had told one beautiful Sundar form, and it was x tan theta into 1 minus x by r. Achha, I know range, I know x, I know theta, I need to find y. X is 30, tan 45 is 1 minus x is 30, r is 40, okay, 30 into 0, 0, gone, 3 by 4, 1 minus 3 by 4, 1 by 4, 30 by 4, that's 7.5 meters. How big is this? That's option A, guys. Done, done, done. Yeah, simple, right? Just one formula. It should click. Fatak say, oh, I know this is X. You should just mark everything you know. What did I do, guys? How did I solve the problem? I have drawn a beautiful diagram. Beautiful does not mean coloring. Beautiful means everything that I know, I have marked it. I have tried to interpret what is the situation. Acha, this is 30, this is 10. So you should think, oh, 30 plus 10 is the range. Acha, I know the range. Oh, I need to find the height. Acha, but this height is not the maximum height. Why is it not the maximum height? Because this is not symmetric. This is not 30, 30, 10, 10. Oh, so it's some random coordinate. Oh, so for random coordinate, I remember what to do. That Khatarnak formula. And sir had also given the beautiful formula. That's how you need to look at the problem. Okay, understood? That's how you need to solve problems, and that's the answer A. Clear, great. Root 60, what root 60? You don't need root 60. Why do you need root 60? Okay. Oh, by the way, these are your homework questions. These are solvable. I'm pretty sure you can do this, and drop the comments. By the way, I'm also going to show how many of you have actually solved the questions last lecture. So the 2 questions are there. Don't worry, you can get the PDF as well. So this is how you explore our playlist. This is the playlist. Just go down, go to the physics section. Okay, just go to the physics section and you will see all the nurture series here. 1D, units, vectors. And where is 2D? Oh my god, they didn't make a playlist for 2D? Where the hell is 2D? Or is it below somewhere? Oh my god, I need to ask the playlist to be made. Okay, I'll just make the playlist for 2D, guys. I think it's not yet made. Okay, but I can search from here as well. You can see this was lesson 1, 2D motion, lecture 1. Okay, thank you. Please don't look at me. You are a big creep. Don't look at me like that. Okay. Yeah, Riyaz, Srasti, Kalyani, Aishwarya, Salvakumari, Kaushika, Harshit, Meena, Bharti, Panchami, Risky Warrior. Thank you guys for posting all the answers. So guys, post your answers out there and don't look at me like that. And remember, when you see this description box, you will also get the PDF. If you click on this link, the entire session PDF is available for all of you. Do not forget, you can also change your display picture by downloading this link. Change your profile picture on YouTube to show your support. And you can also join the pro subscription 2-year batch with everything included, doubt, tattva module, test series, you name it, man. Recorded classes, analysis, assignments, notes, everything. My courses are also there. Everything. Personal mentor also, if you want, you can go. And guess what? This is not the price for 1 year. This is 2-year price. Yeah, for you guys, 2-year price. That's what it is. Beautiful. And you can try it out for 1 month. And you can use my coupon code SHHPRO. When you use that, what do you get? 10% off. You can thank me for that later on. 10% off on anything that you buy on the pro subscription. Check it out. All the links are mentioned below. Drop the comments for the answers and see you guys next class. Take care. And tomorrow we are going to do inclined plane motion and projectile from a height. All of that tomorrow. Till then, thank you guys. Vati will again come. Thalaiva, your captain, your guide, your master teacher, your best friend, your your Thalaiva will come definitely. Okay, bye. Take care, my lovely warriors, my lovely minions. This was Shreyas here. Hasta la vista.